Hi students, today we are going to study about the electronic configuration of elements. It is a very important topic to understand the electronic configuration of elements. So it's my request to all the students, please see the video carefully. Now let's start the electronic configuration. As the name suggests, electronic refers to electrons and term configuration means arrangement or layout. Electronic configuration means arrangement of electrons in the shells. So electronic configuration means arrangement of electrons in the shells. The another name of the shells is orbit. So here there are 4 shells and the center one is called as a nucleus. Next, shell of an atom have a layered arrangement. So shell of an atom have a layered arrangement. Each cell has a specific number of electrons that orbit around the nucleus. Okay, so each cell has a specific number of electrons that orbit around the nucleus. Now let's study the electronic configuration. Look at the orbit or shells around the nucleus. Here the orbit or the shells around the nucleus. Now that we want to fill these orbits or shell with electrons, where do you think we start from? Suppose we fill these orbits or shells with the electrons. So where do you think we start from? From the innermost orbit or innermost shell or the outermost shell? Or we can start from any of the shell. To understand this, we need to understand a bit more about the atomic orbit. You know that the shell are also known as the energy levels. As they have fixed energies, this energy is least for the innermost orbit, as this energy is least for the innermost orbit, as we can out energy keep increasing. Means E1 is greater than E2, E2 is greater than E3 and E3 is greater than E4. So which impact brings us to first rule. So what is the first rule? An electron will always fill an orbit or shell with lower energy and then occupy the higher energy once. So what is the first rule? An electron will always fill an orbit or shell with lower energy and then occupy the higher energy once. It means that first we fill K shell, then L, then M and so on. So first we fill the K shell, then L shell, then M and N. In this way we fill the electron in the particular shell. Now next question comes, how many electrons can be placed in each cell? How many electrons is placed in each cell? Means how many electrons placed in K shell, how many electrons placed in L shell, how many electrons placed in M shell and how many electrons placed in N shell. Can each orbit take the same number of electrons, or does the number of electrons vary with every orbit? So here rule number 2 comes. Only a fixed number of electrons can be filled in each orbit or shells. So what is the second rule? Only a fixed number of electrons can be filled in each cell depending on the orbit or shell number. Here the shell number of K is 1, L is 2, M is 3 and N is 4. So only fixed number of electrons can be filled in each orbit or shell depending on the orbit or shell number. This can be determined by the simple formula. What is the formula? Number of electrons, that is equal to 2n square, where this n is the orbit or shell number. Hence the rule is also known as 2n square rule. So rule second is also known as the 2n square rule. So when I talk about the first orbit K, so when I talk about the first orbit K, n is equal to 1. The shell number of K is 1. So how to find out the electron capacity of K? So the formula we are using 2n square. Here 2 as it is, n is 1, 2 into 1 square is equal to 2 into 1 square is 1. Answer is 2. So the maximum number of electron it can be accommodated in the K shell is 2. Second shell is L. Shell number is 2. Formula 2n square, 2 into 2 square. So 2 into 4 is equal to 8. So the maximum number of electron in L shell accommodated is 8. Similarly, for M shell, the maximum number of electron it can be accommodated 18. Similarly, N, the maximum number of electron it can accommodate is 32. For O shell, the maximum number of electron it can be accommodated is 50. For P shell, the number of electrons it can be accommodated is 72. So in this way, we have to find out the number of electron capacity of the shell by using the shell number and this formula 2n square. So follow this calculation, we can observe a pattern. The number of electron of each orbit can hold increase with respect to the n values. So follow this calculation, we can observe a pattern. The number of electron of each orbit hold increase with the respect to the n values. Now the first two rules are straight. We know from where filling the atom and how many electrons can be filled in each cell orbit. Now comes the third rule. What is the third rule? The maximum electrons that the outermost shell of an atom can possess is 8. This rule is also called as the octet rule. So what is the third rule? The maximum electrons that the outermost shell of an atom can possess is 8. This rule is also called as the octet rule. Octet derived from octa, meaning 8. Octet derived from octa, meaning 8. 8 is considered a magic number of atom. What makes 8 so special? So 8 is considered a magic number of atom. What makes 8 is so special? Well, having 8 electrons in the outermost shell, makes the atom stable. If the outermost shell have 8 electrons, then the atom is stable. This outermost shell is also known as the valence shell. The electrons are present in the valence shell are known as the valence electrons. So why 8 is so special? Because having 8 electrons in the outermost shell makes the atom stable. This outermost shell is also known as the valence shell, and the electrons are present in the valence shell are known as the valence electrons. So this is the third rule we are using for the electronic configuration. How to calculate the electronic configuration of the particular element. Now let's put this rule to work and figure out electronic configuration of some element. For example, sodium has 11 electrons. According to the first rule, K shell is filled first. According to first rule, K shell filled first. As it has the lowest energy, only 2 out of 11 electrons are being accommodated in the K shell. So we are studied in this electronic configuration. K shell accommodate only 2 electrons. So in the first shell there are 2 electrons out of 11. Hence second rule is also being followed. K shell can hold only fixed number of electrons, that is 2. So here K shell can hold only fixed number of electrons, that is 2. Now we have a balance of 9 electrons. So first 2 electrons goes in the K shell. Now we have a remaining 9 electrons. As per third rule, the valence shell, which is L shell, here cannot hold more than 8 electrons. So we are studied in this video, the K shell hold 2 electrons, L shell hold 8 electrons, then M shell hold 18 electrons. Then the valence shell, which is L shell, here cannot hold more than 8 electrons. So out of 9, 8 electrons entered in the L shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And remaining 1 electron entered in M shell. Now M shell becomes the valence shell. Now we have the complete picture of the electronic configuration of sodium. So the electronic configuration of sodium is 281. In the first shell 2 electrons, second shell, that is the L shell, 8 electrons, and on the last shell, that is the valence shell, have 1 electrons. In the second one first one 2 electrons, second one 8 electrons, second shell 8 electrons, and the third shell 1 electron. Let's see the electronic configuration of other few element. So this is the electronic configuration of other few element. In this way, we have to calculate the electronic configuration of the particular element. Hope students, you can understood the electronic configuration of element. Thank you.